much.
Yeah.
Well, the stalemate over the debt talks getting closer and closer to the moment of truth. Both the White House and Congress seem to agree that allowing the government to default certainly is not an option. But the finger pointing and the harsh words keep coming without a deal. What will it take to stop the bickering and actually hammer out an agreement? Let's bring in our political panel now. Gretchen Hamel, the Executive Director of Public Notice, as the former spokesperson for the House Republican Conference, and Ryan Clayton, a Democratic campaign consultant. Ryan and Gretchen, welcome. Gretchen, let me start with you.
Hi.
Who do you think is going to blink?
Oh, I don't think that the House Republicans are going to blink at all. They have put forth a real plan. The Speaker will lay it out further later today. And this is what's doable. It's, you know, we are way past the time where you can get a grand bargain. We have to go with what is doable right now before the Asian markets open later today.
But what if the president doesn't accept that?
Well, I don't think the president, the Senate, or anyone else needs to reject this plan outright. With the clock ticking and we're down in the bottom of the ninth, we can't afford that. Everyone just needs to hold tight, listen to a plan before they start judging.
What do you think he'll propose?
I think he will propose that two-step process with a short extension or raising of the debt ceiling, and with another raising of the debt ceiling to come later this year once they have more cuts and other things, a part of that plan that will come from a bicameral, bipartisan committee.
Ryan, do you think that Mr. Boehner will give a take it or leave it to the president?
Well, look, the Republicans are recklessly playing a game of chicken with the economy, threatening to throw our economy off the cliff just to protect every little sweetheart deal they have for corporate CEOs and tax cuts for the rich. And frankly, it's unacceptable and it's simply reckless. You know, President Obama needs to move quickly to call the GOP's bluff. And he needs to move past this debt ceiling debate and start focusing on putting America to work and rebuilding the great American middle class.
Yeah, but wait, before he does that, we got the clock. Look, we got 6 hours or 5 hours to go, 5.5 hours to go before you start talking about that. This nation could be in default, and then, you know, everything goes down the tubes.
Well, this is not about markets. You know, this is about America. And Speaker Boehner is acting very recklessly just to, you know, keep an eye on the uptick and the downtick of international markets, when what he should be focuses on is finding solutions for the American people, period.
Well,
instead, he's looking for ways to make his corporate campaign jet-owning contributors happy. And he should be focusing on what the American people need right now. And the American people need us to move past this debt debate and start focusing on jobs.
Wow, Gretchen, you got a look of disbelief on your face.
This is about the American people. The American people need a strong economy. They need to be put back to work. And we have 28 states that have seen a rise in unemployment this past Friday. This is about the American people. This is about the future of this nation, and those markets affect that. And
But no one in this country wants a default crisis except for Republican politicians in Washington.
Oh, yes, and they're the ones, who put
voters,
a
70% of Republican
Ryan,
voters.
You really think the Republicans want to default?
I think that 70% of Republican voters throughout America say they agree that there should be a mixture of tax cuts or tax increases and spending cuts in order to solve this problem. You know, the Federal Reserve and international credit agencies have warned of an economic catastrophe if we don't do anything to stop this default crisis. But Republican politicians in Washington aren't listening. The Chamber of Commerce has said, stop fooling around with the economy. But Republican politicians in Washington are just not listening. What is it going to take for them to listen? Because everybody else already gets it.
All right, so Ryan, what do we do? What's the answer?
I think we should pass a deal that extends beyond 2012 so that we stop playing games with our economy leading up to an election, which is obviously what Republicans in Washington think that this is going to do. They think it's going to work out for them at the end of the day in the election, and they're frankly wrong with that.
Gretchen, last word. What's
I got two things for you. If they were playing with the economy, then they wouldn't be putting forth a plan. The Democrats, the White House have yet to put forth a plan. The Republicans are the only ones who have led here. And also the second thing, those same credit bureaus have said that despite whether we raise it or not, if we do not show any plan to cut spending and constrain spending, they will go ahead and downgrade us. So either way, we run a risk of being downgraded.
All right, well, that's where we stand right now. There's no deal, no set plan, and the future is in the balance. Ryan Clayton, Gretchen Hamel, that's the debate. We'll see what happens
Thanks
about
for having us.
5 hours, less than 5 hours from now. Thank you.